That was a short one. Hello, everybody. This is Susan from SLC Aquatics and my friend
How you doing? This is
Ed.
Ed.
Ed's picking up cichlids joining us tonight. We hope everybody's doing good. I'm going to go down the chat. I hear an echo. Do you hear an echo?
Wait a minute. That's me.
Okay. Um, we want to say hi to Empire of Dirt Aquatics, Jeff Kane, and Skull Aquatics. And that's all that's in the house right now, but he's dropping links to your YouTube channel. Yay. And got anything new going on in your fish room at the house?
I've got lots going on. I
Are your shrimp reproducing?
oh yes, still the Caradinas. A lot of my neos are starting now. I've got a
Oh,
lot of them growing.
nice.
A lot of babies growing out. So
Okay, I got cherry shrimp. How do I get some red back in the line?
try and get some more from somebody else to add to the line. That's
Okay.
probably the easiest.
Yeah, I had cherry shrimp uh brood, and then I think I had some fiery reds at one time, and I threw a couple of those males over in there. But
Yeah.
they could be going through molting too, so
Yes.
I'm watching. The females are still deep blood red, so that might be that fiery red
Yeah.
strain coming out.
I just had my Geophagus brasiliensis. They laid I'd say about 400 eggs, and then they hatched. Of course, they all had to hatch.
Oh,
Yeah, so I have plenty of cichlid babies to give away now.
wow. Will they do any thinning of the strain, the parents?
Now they'll raise them up. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
What size tank are they in?
I have them in a 60 breeder.
60 breeder.
Yeah, it's
So right now it's fry that it's crowded, but they're
yeah
not
they're in
gonna.
there by themselves. So
Oh, okay. Parents are out.
yeah, I got them by themselves. They're
Okay. What do you feed the fry?
mostly powder food or baby brine shrimp that I hatch.
Oh, can I ask a question? Is there a window open in front of you?
Yes, want me to
So you
try and
can
close it. My
close.
glasses.
Yeah, the blinds.
Yeah.
I can't see your eyes. Mary Ann is in the chat. Hello, Mary Ann. Welcome to the live stream tonight, darling.
She must be out in the living room.
Not much going on here, but more neglect. my fish my fish room downstairs is they're thriving.
You know what? I can't get rid of it. So
Oh,
I'll get rid of the glasses. How's that?
okay. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, great. She says she's doing fine, and yes, she's in the living room. Yeah, I said nothing going on here but more neglect, and my fish are thriving, put it that way. I haven't lost anyone. They get fed maybe once a week because they're coated in duckweed,
Uh huh.
and when I feed them real heavy, so I want them to graze and forage for a
Yeah.
couple days. And I did have some baby plecos, but they disappeared. So I think the polar blue cichlid and the melon barbs probably
Uh-huh.
ate them up.
I did pick up a pair of not lemon placos. I got them from Clayton. From my
Did you?
this for those that don't know, this past weekend on Saturday we had a life celebration for Clayton, who passed away He's a guy that goes to every club in the whole country and every convention and everything. So
Just come back from the
sorry to miss.
live
I've known
bears.
him for 40 years, you know,
Wow.
and so we went and a couple of us went over and everybody's bagging fish and we took a whole day. We called around, had people stop. We had like probably almost, I guess, 70 people, and
That
we
was a
did an
very busy
auction.
day.
We auctioned off all his stuff. Now I was at his other house, but this is a different house that he had since the last time I was there.
Uh-huh.
And this fish room that he rebuilt was so meticulous you could eat off the floor, and not a net hanging anywhere. Everything was so clean. Like, in fact, that's where he passed away at, was in the fish room, and he
Wow.
lived alone. So, but yeah, he was down, I guess, in Florida at the American Live Bear Convention, and when he got home, it was like a day or two later he passed. But everything, he had shelves of all his fish stuff, like cholla wood and all airlines, and everything was marked and in little boxes.
Very organized.
Very organized. I never seen anything like it.
That's a man who
So
loved his hobby.
yeah, so we just kept auctioning all his. First, we auctioned all his tanks that he had in storage, which was a lot. And I happened to get one of his square tanks. It measured 24 by 24 by 12 inches high. I never seen anything, like that.
Did it have an edge on the top, or was it acrylic or glass?
No, it was glass. It was
Glass.
glass, and it had the black trim on the top and bottom. And
Yeah.
yeah, he had four of them. So I wanted to take all four. I did win the first bid, and they were doing it. If you want them all, you can take them, or if not. And I saw a couple other people wanted them, so I figured, nah, I'll just take the one.
So what kind of fish did he have in his fish room?
He was a big killifish guy, and he also had live bears. He had some of the cichlids. He had the shell dwellers. He had multifasciatus, and a
Did you
few
get
others. He has,
any of those?
huh? No, I
Did
didn't
you?
get any of those. He had epistogrammas. Yeah, so much. He had so many fish.
Well, well, our hearts and we salute him as an awesome legacy
Yeah.
and people's lives that he touched throughout those 40 years. I know everybody walked away with something, knowledge, experience, and even just seeing his fish room alone was like probably mind blowing.
It was. It was incredible.
And is that the fish house he had just finished?
Yes, he had just finished it. Yeah, and I mean, he even had three tanks on a rack that were for live foods. He had green water, and then he had two tanks of Daphne, and he also raised his brine shrimp to adults too.
To
And
keep reproducing.
yeah, it was
Wow.
incredible to see.
Wow. Ramphonic said he saw the memorial auction. Um, wish he wasn't so far away. So
Uh,
was there somebody televised live streamed it?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay,
They
maybe
did.
some.
He did have his auction out there on my. I forget the auction site that it was on,
Okay,
but you could see a lot of the fish that were up
all
for
right.
auction.
I should
And
have watched it myself or looked for
it
it.
was
So
just going. I mean, when they run out of fish, they'd have to go back in and bag everything, start bagging more. So we had guys volunteering the whole time, just bagging
that's
fish.
that's wonderful. I mean,
It,
the community is just you can't put a value on the community because those who come out for especially moments like this that are is we're all tender. I'm sure there was moments that y'all probably broke down a few of you and
oh
you
yeah,
had your moments, and it was kind of bittersweet to be able to catch a bounty from Clay's collection, but you know, he was watching. It's like,
Yes.
okay, guys, handle it
Uh-huh.
right.
Yes, he was.
Oh, hi Zen Ginger, how you doing, sweetheart? Welcome to the live stream. Oh, she said, Psst, about half of you must have mistakenly forgotten the like, but guess what? You still have time to fix it.
There you go. I liked it.
Thank you, sweetheart. Oh, but
But it makes you think. Like for us guys and girls that have fish rooms,
yes.
it's like what happens when we die. You know.
That's I know that was a the subject that you wanted to bring
Yeah.
tonight.
I wrote an article for the Delaware County Aquarium Society. Um, God, I guess it was like I thought it was only like a year or two ago, but it was like 4 or 5 years ago that I wrote it, and I'm trying to revise it and put it out there again. And I'll get you a copy when I do. But
Please do.
it just for things like this for the family that he was a single guy and he lived by himself, and if it wasn't for his sister contacting a couple of his best friend, and then he contacted all of us,
Yes.
like what am I going to do with all these fish tanks? And she's not able to she doesn't do nothing with fish, so what does she do? And I already talked about this at Delaware County, that I'd love to get a database together, like if somebody's passed suddenly, I mean, there have been people just suddenly die, and then what do you do with all the fish?
Yeah.
What does their family do with all the fish? And
Have you ever seen the fish fam map that I had on Google?
yes,
That would be a beginning of
yes,
at least locating people in the same vicinity.
sure,
Um, I don't think there's a way to contact them, just to go to their YouTube channel, and then
okay,
if they haven't filled out their about section and hidden an email address,
right,
I advise all Fish Fam community members to go to your YouTube channel and fill out your about section on your channel, and you can hide your email, and then if they are subscribed to you, they can click on the email button and it'll show people the email.
yeah, that's
But
great,
if you're not subscribed, YouTube won't show it.
yeah, because it's like if it wasn't for this weekend, us doing this, I mean, what else would the family do but just toss all the fish down the drain? And he had some pretty expensive and exotic, and he did a lot of cares work. So he had a
Wow.
lot of fish that were for cares.
Mm.
And,
I was
and
wondering
since he
if
was a big
cares.
killie guy, he had one shelf that had nothing but little containers of eggs, killie eggs. There must have been 30 containers of killie eggs.
Oh my
They were
God.
they were end up just giving, like, I got a couple for $2, for $1 a piece. They were going because a lot of people don't know how to do it, and
Ooh.
I'm going to learn how to do it now that I'm going to try and hatch these things, see how they go.
Oh, I want to
Yes,
say hi to Elfish. I'm not familiar with Elfish, but welcome to the live stream. Um, oh, Zen says even when I am subbed, I have to go onto my PC to see emails. I don't get them on mobile at all. Okay, thank you. You never know. There's always different changes going on with YouTube, and I have to keep sending out newsletters to my church congregation all the time because some of them can't find the live chat once they close the broadcast and then come back. All you see is a comment box. And now there's two dots, and you have to slide the comment box to the left, and it asks you if you want to see what everybody else is saying during the live stream. Click here. So you have to touch on those words in the box to get the live chat to pop back open, on your mobile devices, and that's Android and iPhones. So I'm like, I don't know why they're making the live chat not a user friendly feature on YouTube anymore. Might need to write a letter. I'm like, stop moving things. But tonight, guys, Ed is talking about what happens. What do we do with our fish rooms if we pass away, or if we have an accident, or if we become disabled and can no longer take care of our fish rooms? And he voiced that he would like to start maybe a database that people would be able to at least register their contact information with someone they trust, like Ed or me or whatever, someone you trust, to get a database going so that if someone in your locality or somewhere that you can drive that's not too far for you to drive, that you might be able to go in and, like what they experienced with Clay's Fish Room, a bunch of them got together. It was very organized and lots of volunteer help. There was an auction, and he had over 100 aquariums and more in his fish room, and they were able to. You said everything was taken care of.
Yep.
Even the
Well,
was his
we're actually going back in August to tear down the tanks that were in his fish room still left, because
okay.
they were filled with fish. And while we were there doing the auction, people were in there bagging all day. So once we emptied them, we just figured we'll just drain them and leave them there, and then we'll come back.
And you
And
might have some.
when I was in there videotaping his his fish room, he had 4 tanks I gave him when I tore down my fish room to rebuild it,
Yes.
and they were 33 longs. They were 12 by 13 by 48-inch long. And
Wow.
if I didn't already add the last couple tanks in my fish room, I probably would have made room for those 4
Wow.
and took them back and just kept them in his remembrance, But it was kind of cool to see. I completely forgot I had given them to him, and there they were, filled with fish. So I was glad to see he was using them, because he had a lot
Good.
of small tanks, like 5s and 2.5s and 10-gallon tanks.
Well,
And
I do have a friend. You remember Jeremy, the Sergeant Tank? He's
yes,
here in Alabama now, and he hasn't given me an accurate list yet, but he's got 2.5 gallons, 5 gallons, um, a couple 20 longs, I believe, that he will be selling. And I told him I would help, for those that are in my area that might be interested, or if you want to make a road trip and come get some tanks. Um, he
that's a little bit too far.
just a little bit. um, Jeff Kane says that his wife has Foxy and Peplin, Katie and Jake, and the LFS girls' numbers for when he kicks it. And
That's good.
I had spoken to Billy Self, who was Alabaster Cichlids. His channel might still be up, but he's not active in the hobby anymore. He and I both had said, if anything happens to me, you come clean out my fish room, because Rod's not going to do it. And he said, well, the same thing for me, because he had 240-gallon cichlid tanks with beautiful fontroses, and he said he still has them. And um, the sand. What are those cichlids that actually burrow in the sand? And he had some red devils and um, different things like that. And then he had a small fish room where he had the dwarf cichlids, um, jewels, and he had some multifasciatus in there, and some live bearers, and just some different smaller fish. He had some killifish, and I forget what else I got from him one time. But anyway, he got out of the hobby. So I'm like, all right, Raphael, you're next. and and but every time he says he's coming over, bless his heart, something comes up and he doesn't come. And I'm like, all right, I bagged fish. Back in the tank they go. So But he's got a fish room up in around Trustful and one at his grandmother's basement. But I guess I'd put everything in the stock tubs outside and tell everybody, tell Rod, tell everybody, just come by and net you some fish and get out of here.
Yes.
But that's a good beginning is to get a database. And if you wanted to put
Yeah.
a contact email or something,
Yeah. Or even
j-
a phone number if you could,
yeah.
something like that. But yeah, it was good because I got a lot of me and Clay. Whenever we go to auctions or he comes down to our Delaware County meetings and there's something in the auction, it's always me and him bidding against each other. And then Marianne gets
Yeah, I
started.
heard Marianne got into
Oh,
it.
and then she just keeps taking it all the way up where I'm like, stop, stop, And she's like, no, no, I'm just going to keep bidding.
It was a game for her, wasn't it?
So I was able to get back a few of the fish I lost to Clay. I won them in this auction because he wasn't there to bid against me.
Thank you, Clay. God
Yeah.
bless you. Oh, let's see. Christopher Junkin, welcome to the live stream. Zen says, Christopher, were those the ones you paid overnight for? There was 8 pair of blue Galaris. Should be here tomorrow, only a day late. I hope they make it. I know that Jeff sent Skull Aquatics some Blackmore fry,
Mm-hmm.
and he sent extra for me to put in my tubs. So
Nice.
um, Curtis and I are waiting for the weather to break because this week it's going to be in the high 90s.
Oh
So I
yeah.
told him, I said, don't send me any fish right now. And he says it's even hot where he's at.
Yeah.
Um,
I just opened up 2 tubs. They're 100-gallon Rubbermaid and a 150-gallon Rubbermaid.
have
And
you,
so
are,
far I put some sparkling Ramis, the real tiny ones. I put them
uh-huh.
in the 80-gallon tub, and then the 120 I added rice fish. So we'll see how they do. I might throw some guppies in there too.
Do you have any grass, guppy grass, or plants
I've got,
put in?
yeah, all kinds of plants, and I just got 2 lilies in today, so from work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I miss because my shabumpkins eat everything. They would tear up
yeah,
a lily.
they will.
Yep. I have a basket that um, is for floating plants in the pond,
Uh huh.
but I hooked a wire coat hanger and it's connected to the side of the tub, the stock tub, and I keep water. Let's see, hornswort, pond hornswort, the really large
Uh huh.
uh, hornswort, and guppy grass, not guppy grass, duckweed in that basket. And today I was watching 2 of the adult shabumpkins just over at the side, just
Uh huh.
nibbling,
Yeah.
getting whatever they can through the small holes. And so I threw some pellets in there right quick, and they came swimming for the pellets. So that means they prefer the pellets and the food that I give them.
Yeah.
But a couple days ago, I had taken duckweed out of the 40-gallon and put him over into the 150, and it was covered. And there's not a piece of duckweed left.
No,
Oh,
that's a good way to get rid of duckweed. Is
yeah, it's a good treat for him.
throw
Cleans them
some
out.
goldfish in there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't understand why people say they have a hard time getting rid of it. Just throw one goldfish in your tank. They'll get
Well,
rid of it for you.
did you want to set up a poll in the chat to um, let's see, how do I do that? Banners, comments. I don't know if I had to do it at the beginning. Um, let's see. Sometimes you can set up a poll. I may have to just look around while you're talking about it. You want the audience to give you some input.
Yeah. Anybody have any input on how I can get this started? Um, I know the one guy, Chris, who was his best friend. he he said this is his fourth one that he had, fourth fish room that he had to take down. So, and he said it's getting crazy. And I sent him my article, and he's like, "This is great. Let me write. I'll send you some stuff for additions, and so I'm going to revise it and then send it out and put it out there for everybody." So,
Okay, in YouTube, I can start a poll in the chat.
okay,
So if you wanted some question, what is your question? What
yeah,
are we?
I'd like some input on what everybody thinks about me doing this and any ideas to add to what we've gotten so far. And I know the one thing I didn't like what I wrote in my article was like for the club, they would get 50% of the lady, whoever we're doing it for, and she'd get the rest. But I'm like, you know what? We're doing this for charity. We want to help out. I want them to get 100%. He put out all that money for this stuff over all these years, and the family deserves everything, to take everything a little bit off their minds. And they were very appreciative. That the people came out. And Marianne, she I don't know if everybody knows that our granddaughter died, and she wrote a book on the grief, and she handed out a couple of the books to her. Well, I guess one or two books to his family, and they were appreciative of that. And of course, my wife's writing a second book now. She'll have a chapter in the second one, so coming out soon on coping, I guess, or after. I see Pam's in the chat.
All right, I have set up a friend before you pass. Have your local club help out, beforehand.
Uh-huh.
What other options? A database.
Yeah. Of a group of people from the club that can help. Or even, like getting people from other clubs. Like we have so many clubs in this area here. We have Bucks County, we have Lancaster, we have North Jersey, we have the South Jersey Guppy Club. We've got a lot of clubs around this area. So,
Okay, I've started the poll. What can we do with our fish rooms after we pass away? The options are set up a friend before you pass, have your local club help out, a database from that club, and other. And I'll let this run through most of the
okay.
stream today.
Or if anybody has any suggestions, they can just type it in the chat too.
Yes, you could type it in chat as well. I know at one time when I was really, well, the last time that I downsized my fish room, I had some local fish people from different clubs that actually passed uh, my list of tanks and fish species and plants around from club to club.
Okay.
And I did get a couple respond and come to the house and purchase things. And I went from 14 tanks down to 3. And I have 3 behind me that I added up here again when there wasn't any up here at all. So I still have 10 gallons, a couple 5 gallons that are empty. Um, but I'm just keeping them for right now.
And
Okay.
that's the other thing too. If somebody wants to just get out of the hobby and they've got, I mean, I've had where people are getting rid of their whole fish rooms at a time and trying to sell it online and do that. And I mean, that would really help out if we could go and help him tear down his fish room, or even if he's having a hard time selling stuff on the side, we could set up an auction, special auction on a weekend, at his house and just do it, you know. So, and
Like,
also like we recently had a guy in our club, and he lived by himself, and he had a knee. His knee got infected from knee surgery, and then they end up replacing his knee. So he was not home for over 3 months, and he lost a lot of his fish. And see, he had nothing set up on thinking that he was going to be home. You know, things happen, and he should have had somebody coming over. It wasn't until towards the end when he knew he was getting out of the hospital, he was having somebody come over and check on all the fish and doing that. But he could have saved a lot of fish and stuff that time while he
yeah,
was in. You know, because I volunteered. I said, let me come over to your house. Like I talk to this guy every day. I said to him, let me go over. Do you have somebody that has a key? Nope. Nobody had a key. Nobody.
that's hard.
Yeah, it's hard when they live by themselves, especially.
Well, I
And
know I started 9 years ago with just two 20-gallon tanks, and that's when things grew, and the multi
yes,
tank syndrome really
that's
is
it.
real. And the more fish people that you talk to, and it was awesome when I would have a problem with a species that just wouldn't make it in my fish room. They would send me fish. They'll say, I'll get a package, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah,
Nobody told me I had live stuff coming, and it was exciting, but yet at the same time, if you're not set up,
yes,
it's like I might have a tank that had fish in it who all died, but yet that tank's not really qualified to put new fish in
hmm,
until you find out what the culprit was. Was it disease? Was it your water conditions? You know, so it's best to contact someone before you do that.
yes,
But I didn't know Jeff was sending Curtis some for me, but Curtis contacted me, and I said, "Sure, I'll take a few of them." And my tubs are black, so I'm not going to see them for a while.
right.
But I'll probably bring the Moors in during the winter. I wouldn't want to try to winter them out because I don't use heaters.
Yeah,
The
no,
shabumpkins and the goldfish and the koi, they could pretty much winter outside, but
right.
they hibernate. But we've got a pretty good results. Are you able to pull up the poll and look at the results right now?
Um, I don't know how to do that.
It's at the top of chat. Do you see it, or is it only on mine?
No, all I see is private chat and comments. I see it. Oh wait, I see
Oh,
it
it's
on.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, I see it on my phone. Um,
42% says set
oh
up
yeah,
a
there it is.
friend before you pass, and
I see that. Yeah.
it just changed to 50% have your local club help out. Nobody said anything about the database from the club. And then
Okay.
14% says others. So give us some other information in the chat. So I haven't seen anything yet. I've missed a lot of chat talking. I
Yeah.
can't do two things at once. And Punchy Paints is in here. Hey, Punchy Paints. Okay, they're talking about a fish shipment.
Empire says we have a local radio station with a trading mark that people will occasionally use to help rehome pets, tanks, or as a platform to reach out to the community overall. That's a good
Okay.
idea.
And my local Petco will take donated fish. They won't buy them from you, but
Right.
so if your spouse has to, you know, catch fish and take them to our my local Petco, check with your local box stores too to see if
That
they
never
want.
works. That never works good at my store where I work at,
Yeah.
because every time I take pet stuff in, it ends up in my house. So
You can't let go of it.
I know it's just the guy did that. He called me on Friday and said I'm bringing fish into the store, and he brought them in. And I stopped on Saturday on the way back from this life celebration and picked all of them up. He had
Well,
some.
this.
He had a pair of blue angels, and he had
Oh.
a long fin Placo, a regular one, and 5 clown loaches that were 2 inches. I said, "Nah, they're going home with me."
Yep.
My wife keeps them in her tank in her bedroom.
Well, this is a little morbid, but Ramphonic says, "Feed me to my fish." I don't think we could get away with that.
Yeah,
uh, Everything aquatic, Dina says that can be a tough question. Not everyone knows in advance. And of course,
yes,
I wasn't expecting to go anywhere 5 years ago, but at least someone that I was interchanging fish with all the time in the hobby close to me, we were able to discuss that subject jokingly, but we meant it.
right,
But I didn't expect him to get out of the hobby. And of course, I've downsized a lot, but still, people who have fish rooms of 15 tanks and more,
yeah,
that are serious about breeding their fish, raising their fish, maybe even selling out of their fish rooms or having their local clubs come over and tour their fish rooms, you know, that I think our clubs could really help with a will. you
yeah,
know, what is your desire to happen to your fish room as a club member? I personally don't have a local club. So if you don't have a local club member, and some of us in the fish community are soloists, we don't know anyone around us. And
right,
that's why we participate online so much, is because we feel that camaraderie here.
yeah,
So there's got to be someone that you're getting close to or enjoy watching that you want to reach out to and say, "Hey, I know I'm 3 hours from you, but if anything ever happens to me, I want you to be able to come and take my fish room down or whatever."
yes. Hmm.
So we need to just open up and be real.
That's mostly what it's about. I mean, because I don't want to dump all this on my wife. I thought about me, like I have 100, I have 75 tanks set up now. I used to have 120, but it got to be too much. So I'm up there now. I'm 68, so but I'm still in pretty good shape. And I, it, when you have those few scares, like a little over 6 months ago, I couldn't do anything. I was having dizzy spells. I was falling off ladders. I mean, it makes you think, and all it was my B12 was low. So after all that,
Yes.
but it still makes you think,
And I don't know what Michael at Michael's aquariums, or Michael's fish room, he did have a heart attack and he had
Yes, he did.
bypasses, and he was in the middle of a rebuild. Um, and all of that got put on hold, but his sons were old enough now to help come in
That's
and
great.
at least feed what was
Hmm.
there already set up. And now he's back on his feet again, going full string. I
Yeah,
see him doing,
I watch his streams
yeah,
off and on. Yeah,
yep.
yeah, it's good.
So this is a good subject to talk about that we don't talk about very often.
Nobody likes to talk about death, I mean,
It's hard enough trying to be ready where you're going.
that's right. it's but it's going to happen someday, and
Yeah,
I
it.
just don't want to see people's families stuck with everything.
I know there's a few Fish Fam members who just believe they're going to live forever. So,
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said to you before, I had Wayne Libel, I had Rosario Court. He died. I mean, I grew up with all these guys, and now Bob Larson just died right before Clayton. He was in charge of he was the president of the South Jersey Guppy Club, and he also belonged to North Jersey Aquarium Society with me for
yeah,
years. So that's 4 people in like a year that I knew that
that,
had big fish runs.
wow.
Yeah.
Were you involved in with all of them as far as after they passed, or
No, I didn't get too much. I just went to the viewings and stuff. But
okay?
Clayton, I went to his funeral, and I wanted to be a part of this. Part of him. I just seen him last month at the meeting. At our Delaware County meeting, and we
Yes,
were
sir.
bidding against each other. I mean,
Yeah. You
it's
see
just crazy.
Elfish's comment, good to bring up the subject. Never thought about it, but my wife is going to be ticked when I go.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm afraid that would happen
Hmm.
to most of us that have large fish rooms. But
Yeah. I'm afraid that my wife would do that junk collector or whatever it is on TV. You know, you call and they all come out and just take out the one room, gone. I have a deer walking up to my window.
oh,
Like,
you want to turn the camera
I
around?
can't.
Oh, you're on the laptop.
Yeah, I'm on the desktop actually.
Oh, okay.
So, but they've been doing this every night until Fiona jumps up at the window. She's my 130-pound Akita, and then they take off. But yet she'll walk out there with them. They'll just hang with her and keep their distance, but they just stay out there with her and lay down in the grass out back. And we have a big open field and a woods in the back of our yard, so we got deer, fox, you name it. We even have a pair of owls still that started coming down last year, walking in our yard. I'm like, are you crazy? My dog.
Punchy Paints Pam says I'm turning 69 and she says pretty near living forever. Yeah,
Well,
she's not
my mom just turned 93 on June the 2nd. So
93.
yeah,
Awesome. Congratulations, Mom. My mom's 92
yeah, that's awesome.
and my pastor's father-in-law just had his 97th birthday.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, but anyway, it's something we all need to think about. And even if you just have a couple tanks in the house, you need to
Right.
have
Yeah.
somebody you can reach out to, a friend in the hobby, or someone that you can help maybe train as to
Yeah.
how to contact. Maybe I would put it on my refrigerator. How to contact my fish club in case of me passing.
Yes.
That would be on my refrigerator.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think a
You have to
data
make a magnet.
that's a good one.
There you go.
Uh, I'm going to be putting out a video that's going to be members only first, and it's going to be titled "When to Fire the Fish Fam Mom."
Never.
His and the mystery is when you see what I'm going to show you, you may fire me. My beautiful 40-gallon tank looks like the creek bed out here,
Hmm.
but
My
there's
buddy's
bright.
here. Fiona
Hello,
came in to bother me. I don't know if you can see
come on in, Fiona.
it. She
Hop
can't
up
see
here,
her.
girl.
Come here, get
Hey,
up.
Fiona.
Come here.
Hey, Fiona. Hey,
Nah,
girl.
she's not gonna get up on my lap. I can
Oh,
only
hey,
barely
big
see
girl.
her head.
I see her tail and her muzzle.
Yeah, that curly tail. Yeah.
Well,
So how are your fish doing?
um, they're making it. Behind me are guppies, and I guess I could put myself on the screen. The middle tank, you see how low the water is
Mm-hmm.
right here, right there.
Yeah.
It's full of al Java moss.
Mm-hmm.
This is a giant Amazon sword. I've got two plecos in there and a whole colony of mutt guppies. And then
Nice.
way over here is a tank with albino corridora. So downstairs, I still have 240 breeders. One of them's got the five male multifasciatus dwarf cichlids in there, Shelley's.
Mm-hmm.
And I need some females. That's why I was saying, did you get any? um, and then in my other breeder that looks so pretty for months, um, that I took my time, it's got five gold barbs in there that are just beautiful. They're about 4 inches each, and one polar blue parrot cichlid that used to be in Rod's tank. He
Ah,
was
okay.
he was eating all of the live bearers,
Yeah,
so
you will.
we put him down there, and I've got maybe five of the melon barbs left, and I've got several. Um, what are they? Albino bristlenose plecos, and the juveniles have grown up, and now they're starting to pair off in the caves. So eventually, I'm going to have some more activity, but they probably won't make it because of the barbs and the cichlid
Yeah.
eating the fry. And I've got a school of the probably about 7 or 8 peppered Corydora. So, got anything going on in chat that I missed? My Fish Tanks Aquatics came in. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Master Aquatics came in. Just called me Eduardo. Hey,
Yes.
sweetheart. Good to see you. It's been such a long time.
Hi, Eduardo.
And we got 10 minutes left, so I'm going to, I guess I'll take a picture of the poll and send
Okay.
it to you, unless Marianne beats me to it. And I'll end the poll for right now. We have 40% that says I would set up a friend before I passed. 47% says have your local club help out, and then 13% for other. So, all right. Thank you guys for your input and what we can do with our fish rooms after we pass away. Oh, it's showing the results in chat. How awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you
But
gotta love your muck guppies. I have a 60 breeder that is full of muck guppies
a
and fry,
60.
and that's
Wow.
my tank. I have 9. It's a breeding group of L397s.
Oh,
So, and
that's awesome.
the
And they
tank,
do fine with the guppies, right? I
yeah,
never had problems with guppies
nah,
and pleco babies.
they don't
It's
bother
like
me.
y'all don't have any sense. You eat your own babies, but you won't.
I've had guppies in with my shrimp, and they didn't really eat too much. Few of the babies, they'll eat some, but not. I've had them grow up.
Hello, Melvin, Life Lessons Vlogs. He's got another channel going. Yes, it's me, Melvin. I have to change my content to the trolls and haters and etc. And I have a brand new aquatic channel launched last year, November the 27th, and it is called Firemouth's Fever, PDC. All right, Melvin. He's a busy, busy fella. Oh, Eduardo's been on vacation. Oh, I'm jelly. I'm just
Nice.
jelly.
Yeah.
Marianne says Fiona came back out here so I could hold her bone while she chews it because it's hard for her to hold it and chew it.
He's lazy.
Coda used to put his between his feet
Yeah.
and chew it.
Uh-huh.
So Craig's Catfish Caves got a new light. But I hope this has helped stir a very important subject in the fish fam community's hearts, and share this video out with others after the live stream today, because we need to do something as a fish fam community. And Matt over there at Fish Links always Fish Fam Links always has something that he can help us with as far as the community. He's really um, he's got the connection with all of our live streams. He might even have a database going, in the background that different ones can be able to access.
Right.
And
Okay.
because we just lost, help me, Zen Ginger. What was her name? Patty's Petite Tanks. Yeah, Patty. She
Yes.
passed away. And Clay's last name's Crawford.
Yes. Clayton Crawford. Yeah.
Clayton Crawford. We lost him. And of course, earlier we lost Madul. And that's just surreal. 20-year-old young man. Um, and I know we've lost so many that to get started naming them right now, I'm going to
Oh yeah.
probably hurt some people's feelings. But so I'm old. I'm old, okay? So
Yeah. We had 5 funerals in the last 2 months to go to. I mean, I had to
Yeah,
buy a new suit. you know, I mean, it's
yeah.
just
We had
crazy.
March and April. We
Yeah,
had about that many, even at the church, and there was two just last weekend. So,
right.
yep, you're gonna go somewhere someday. You're glitching on me. Are you okay?
Yeah,
Yep.
everything's
It's
good.
probably on my end. Rod's
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Rod's streaming his super box. No, he's outside cutting grass because he asked me if I was gonna bother him. I'm like, no, I'm gonna put my headphones on. We won't even hear you. But Ed, I want to thank you again for being my special guest today. And I know you've got some great subject matter, that things that you've written that you need to share with everybody while we have the time to do it.
Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
And if you God gives you something else next week, I'm looking at the calendar for next Tuesday. Yes, the 18th I'm available. The 25th I'll have to work, so I won't be doing a
Okay.
stream on the
Sounds good.
25th. So everybody, I want to thank you again for being with us tonight. If I missed anybody in chat, please forgive me. I can't do two things at one time. So I know we had a good turnout, 18 viewing right now. So, Zen Ginger, do we have 18 likes? She was the like police tonight.
Yeah.
And come on, guys, let's see
Yeah.
lots of
Mine says
shares.
18. So
Thank you, Craig's Catfish Cave. He said we need to see lots of shares on this broadcast. Yes, we do. And I don't know if anybody else, I haven't heard anybody else actually talk about this subject. Mark Sturleson came in. Hey, Mark. He's from across Australia, I do believe, or Wales or England. You're across the pond somewhere, even if it's way across the pond. Mark, I don't always remember where people are from.
hi, Mark.
You're alive. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But we're talking about dying today, so go back and push the rewrite. Oh boy,
He's in
rewrite.
Australia.
He's in
Yeah.
Australia. Okay, I know it was one of those beautiful accents. Edwater says we're older, not old, Susan. I don't know about that. My mom looked at me the other day, and like I said, she was 92, and we FaceTimed, and she looked at me and she goes, "Susan, you're getting gray." I said, "Yeah, Mom, I'm getting old and gonna die one day." She goes, "Oh, don't say that." Oh, he says I'm 60 and happy as ever. Yay! Yeah, we're all happy.
Yes.
I'm actually feeling pretty good now, Ed. I know at the beginning I was so nauseated. I didn't know if I was going to be able to stay or not.
yeah. Glad you did.
And, and Mark says he's been lurking. So you've been listening to what's going on. And Mark, bless his heart, has been through. I don't know if he's still going through cancer treatment or not. Like Rod was going through cancer treatment. Rod's done 1 year of the hormone therapy, and he did. I want to say 6 to 8 weeks radiation. I'm not sure. I can't remember right now. And so his numbers are down, but he's got another year on this hormone therapy stuff. And, they all tell you that as long as you can handle the side effects of the hormone therapy, you'll be all right. And there's days, honestly, he doesn't think he's going to make it. But the emotional roller coaster, the
Hmm.
extreme hot flashes, his muscle weakness. Right now, he's riding the lawnmower, so he's not going to be burning a lot of energy. But
Right.
tonight, he's going to be exhausted because I told him to pace yourself during the day, and he's a workaholic.
Mm.
So there is no sitting down for Mr. Core. But again, guys, thank you so much. You got anything else? Any closing remarks, Ed?
No, just wanted to give people something to think about. we never think about death, and it's been coming up a lot lately for me. So, and I did write an article on it, but I want to revise it before I send it out again to everybody. So,
Good. And then this chat will be available on YouTube 24 hours after the stream, I think. So you can go
okay,
back and look at the chat, something I may have missed.
okay,
And but Mark says radiation and chemo have finished.
awesome.
Still waiting on whether I need surgery. Okay, we're looking for good numbers
Yeah,
and we're looking for the best treatment for you.
yeah.
Amen. And healing.
Be praying that everything works out.
Amen. But again, guys, thank you so much. I love you and God bless you. Ed, thank you. And if you want to hang out a little bit after the stream, we can do that.
Yeah, all right.
All
Love you
right.
too.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye bye. Until next time.